Hello developers, and a big welcome to the first part of our Let's Make a Game tutorial series. This series we'll be making a simple game together. It'll probably be split up into anywhere between 5 and 10 parts. They're also going to be probably quite long because this series is actually focusing on developers who are new to the engine and don't know where to start. I will be using Unreal Engine 4.12.0 for this tutorial, so if you're following, please make sure you're using 4.12.0. The game we're going to be making is an orthographic maze navigation game. It's going to have timers and traps and buttons, levers and enemies. We'll be focusing on mobile and tablet development, mainly because I feel like that's a little bit more of a challenge. So what we're going to do is we're going to begin by making a new project. We're going to create a blank blueprint with no starter content, and we're going to focus it at mobile tablet, and we'll leave that as maximum quality. Then click on create project. We will let this load, and after that we will then begin with simple setup. So now that the engine has loaded, we are presented with something like this. And let us begin with the next part. So first things first, you're going to go into edit. This is the default view setup for Unreal Engine. It's just a dark theme. I don't know if that's default. Should be. What you're going to do is you're going to click edit, project settings, and we're going to go from description down, skip a few things obviously, but so first things first, your company name, that would be your developer name. So I'm going to put in my developer name, company, distinguished name. I'm also going to do the same. I'm just copying and pasting here. Homepage, I'll put my YouTube channel, just because to fill stuff out, you obviously put in your website. Okay. Then support contact, you put in your phone number. Project thumbnails, we'll do all of that a little bit later. Description, orthographic maze navigation game. We're gonna project ID, we're gonna generate a couple of times just in case. Alright, project name, you can change this to roller. I'm gonna call it roller, you can call it whatever you want, but yeah, anyways, so there we go, save. Maps and modes, we're gonna leave that for now. Movies, we're gonna leave because you don't want to put any movies in. Unless you do, then you import them into your content browser, and then you can do it from there. Add them in. Packaging, we're gonna leave as a development build. Supported platforms, we're going to change. We're going to untick all platforms. We're going to leave Android. We're going to take out Apple TV. We're going to leave HTML5 and iOS. Take out Linux, Mac, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. The reason we're taking out... Actually, we don't need Windows either. No, we do. Just to test it. So the reason we're keeping Windows and HTML5 is I'm doing this in Windows. If you are doing it on Mac, use Mac instead of Windows, but this is just to test. And so is the HTML5. You can then create a Flash game technically. Android and iOS is what we're actually aiming at. Next, target hardware, mobile tablet for maximum quality. That's fine. These will come in later. Input. Let me first explain to you how input works. So mobile input is going to be using touchscreen controls. Now, as you can see that there's a mobile tab. It might be closed for you, just expand it. You will see the touch interface. The default touch interface is the default virtual joysticks. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this magnifying glass. It's going to open up the default virtual joystick class inside our contents folder. Alright, so it's going to open it up. You're going to go into default virtual joysticks. Now, this is for 2 thumbs. We don't need that. So what we're going to do is we're going to select everything click the first one, hold shift, click the last thing, then control, hold control, click on the default virtual joysticks and control C to copy it. Now click on this folder, you're going to go back up to contents, right click, create a new folder and just call this mobile HUD, mobile touch controls HUD. Alright, HUD. Alright, let's change that quickly because that's going to bother me. Alright, so save that. Open it up, Control V to paste it, and then save once again. Go back to your project settings, click on this, and then, I have to rename it. Okay, so F2, I'm going to rename this to your game name, for example, Roller Touch, Touch Control. Save, go back to project settings, select that, save. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add one action mapping, two axis mappings, and this we're going to name jump. We'll first do this for Windows, just for when we're testing, because we might want to take it out. I'm not too sure if I want to keep the jump. Spacebar. Then here will be, we're going to name this forward. This will be right. So forward, we're going to add two more, and right, we're going to add two more. These add axis mappings. These add actual axes, axi, and one of the two. So we're going to go into gamepad, left thumbstick y-axis, because y is top bottom, x-axis at the bottom. We'll go down to the right, change that to the x-axis. That way we can go up, down, left, right. Leave that scale as 1. Then go here, keyboard, scroll all the way down, or just type W and find it, keyboard, scroll down, click on S, here, keyboard, A, and here, keyboard, D. Now, W means it's going to go forward or up, S is going to go down. So you have to change that scale to -1, because on a gamepad, when you push your gamepad up, it goes to the positive. When you push it down, it goes negative. Here, A is actually negative, and D is positive. So we're going to save. So that is done. That's your inputs for now. We can actually add another button. We'll say gamepad. Button 1 usually is the right one. Button 1, button 1. Where is button 1? Grip face button 1. There we go. Face button 1. Save. Alright. Oh, there's a motion controller. I don't have motion controllers. I want just gamepad. Gamepad button. Wait. Why am I not seeing it? Motion controller, Oculus. That's very strange. Alright. Alright, that's fine. Oh, face button. There we go. The bottom face button. Yes, they changed it now since 4.11. They have changed the names. So now that that is saved, we don't need a fire button. You can just edit what you don't want, I guess. I don't need a fire button. I don't need... that's fine. Okay, we'll leave the rest. So, first things first, what we're going to do is we're going to take from our modes, we're going to make sure that we're in mode 1. So that's called place mode. Shift 1, Shift 2 goes to paint. We need Shift 1. Now drag a sphere into the scene. You're going to right click on it. You're going to then say find content, find in content browser. You're going to copy the sphere. Now click on this file icon, go back to content. Then we're going to add new folder, and here we're going to say meshes. Let's do meshes. Let's name it meshes. So under meshes, we're going to paste sphere. Okay, we can now press save, create a new folder, right click on content, new folder, call it levels, open it up, and we'll just keep this as untitled for now. Okay, save. So now what you're going to do is you're going to right click inside your meshes, you're going to create a new folder, call it materials. So now we're going to go into materials, right click and just say click here material. Let's create a new material, call this player material. Alright, save, double click it, drag this to the top because I don't know why it starts to open it up. In this category, you're going to search in the top. There's a palette. You're going to search here for vector 3. Sorry, it's going to be constant 3 vector. This basically what it means is it gives you a 0, 0, 0, which then allows you to do RGB types of colors. So let's make our ball more purple, I guess. Let's do a nice pink color. There we go. That is a bright pink sort of color. Let it save. So that is then player material. The sphere, you can actually double click, change the material straight to player material and save. This is going to be our player mesh. So we can actually rename it straight away to player mesh. Save. Alright. So now that we have set up the project, we can go on and go to part 2. I'll see you guys there.